If you want to start 2025 really strong, now is the best time to set out good foundations that are going to propel you into your best style year ever. Just like doing one single workout won't make you a fit person, dressing up every once in a while won't make you a stylish person. And so today I wanted to share with you the 7 style habits that have actually made a massive difference in my life. And the first foundational habit is something that I know a lot of people still find a little bit challenging, and that is getting dressed every single day. Way before I knew that there is a psychological term, enclothed cognition, I realized that getting dressed just made me feel a lot more productive and also made me more likely to go out and meet people or even go to the grocery store because I kind of liked how I looked and I felt okay with going out and seeing other human beings. I do realize though that getting dressed can be quite challenging, especially in certain life situations. And this is where I feel that sleep is the habit that kind of goes underneath getting dressed every day. And I'm definitely someone that struggles, especially with falling asleep and staying asleep, which then affects when I wake up and I don't like how I look. I feel a bit tired, groggy, and getting dressed often gets pushed to the back burner because all I want is just to be comfortable. And so sorting my sleep has definitely been a priority for the last couple of months. And that is why I was so excited when Sleep and Glow actually reached out to me asking if I would be interested in reviewing their Omnia pillow. I have been testing the pillow for the last couple of weeks and I wanted to share it with you because it has completely transformed my puffiness levels in the morning and sleep wrinkles. Because as someone going into their 30s next year, I'm starting to notice that, especially when I sleep on the side, which happens very often, my skin would often be a little bit puffy, wrinkled, and my face would just look bloated. And so sleeping on this pillow, which is orthopedically designed, it has a space for your neck. And so for side sleepers like me, it allows your face to basically hang in the middle and prevent sleep wrinkles. And beyond that, I've been able to get my 7-8 hours uninterrupted sleep without waking up in the middle of the night. And that has been game-changing because I wake up feeling rested and looking more rested, which then makes me much more likely to want to put an outfit together because I have the energy to do so. And by the way, if you're someone that wants to get your own Omnia pillow, now is actually a really great time because Sleep and Glow are having their biggest sale of the year during the Black Friday month. And so they have been very kind to share a discount code for my subscribers. So during that period of 15th to 30th of November, you can get 15% off the Omnia pillow, and that is with the code Millie15. So thanks again to Sleep and Glow for sending me the Omnia pillow. And now let's move on to style habit number 2, which is getting yourself workout clothes that make you feel good. Now, I know that you may be wondering, but Millie, what does working out have to do with style? But the truth is, most of us have some level of body dysmorphia, which basically means that how we perceive ourselves is not accurate to how we actually are. And so something that I've noticed is that at times when I hadn't been able to work out consistently, I always feel so much worse about my body. Even though theoretically speaking, nothing has changed. My weight is the same, my clothes fit the same, but I feel different on the inside. And so that's why if you want to feel better, if you want to be more likely to put outfits together, and if you want to generally increase your confidence in how you look, working out is one of the best style habits that you can adopt. And something that I found really helped me as someone who enjoys style and fashion is actually having cute clothes. Because let's be honest, having a tracksuit and really baggy t-shirt for me personally did not motivate me because I don't like looking sloppy and I still care a little bit about that. And so earlier this year, I got myself a pink sports bra, which has been amazing, a pair of leggings and a couple of nice tank tops that I actually feel good working out in. And just being dressed in that way has made me so much more likely to actually go to the gym. And once I'm there, yes, I'm going to work out. And what I notice is that when I come back after the gym, I just feel better. And yes, it is the endorphins, but it's the overall lasting effect that I'm taking care of my body, which makes me more likely to then go out and want to get dressed and go and meet people. And so sleep and working out are actually the 2 habits that you can start incorporating from now on to set you up for success in 2025. Now, moving on to more practical style habits, number 3 is actually taking photos of what you're wearing. This habit actually takes very little effort, about a minute per day, but it may take a little bit of time to get used to it. But I find that taking a photo of your outfit is really helpful for 2 different reasons. Number 1, it allows you to remember what you wore, and in that way, it is helpful if you want to track which items you get the most wear of, cost per wear, and all of that. But secondly, it actually allows you to start understanding your style a little bit more. And on days when you maybe feel like, I'm not actually liking this outfit, having that visual record actually allows you maybe a couple of days later to reflect back and understand what was wrong with it. Was the outfit maybe not appropriate for your situation? Was there something that made you feel uncomfortable in terms of how it fitted or how it was styled? Or was it something else? And I find that taking photos is a great tool to start getting to know what you actually wear. And that nicely leads me to point number 4, which is tracking your outfit. I personally use Index, but there are a lot of other apps that you can use to track what you wear. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps with the algorithm. I do find that data is really powerful because as humans, we are really flawed in our perception. So let me just give you an example. I have this shirt that has been hanging in my wardrobe for the past 5 months. And I had this impression that I've just worn it so much. I've worn it maybe 15 times. And then I looked at the Index and I had actually only worn it 6 times. And the thing is, it's not because it's a bad shirt or anything like that. It's just I have a lot of tops. And so 6 times is a reasonable amount. But because I had been seeing it hanging every single day, I just kept thinking that I've been wearing it a lot more. And so my perception of what I wore versus what I actually wore was quite different. And so this is where tracking can really help, because it allows you to learn what are those items that you consistently reach out for and start spotting common themes. Because maybe you don't realize that you only wear pants with elasticated waist. That was something new for me that I never realized. And it's because I fluctuate a lot in my weight, plus minus 5 kilos is quite a normal thing for me. And so regular trousers that have no stretch and fixed waistline don't actually work for me because I can't get the most wear out of them. At the same time, jeans and trousers with elasticated waist or stretch were the ones that I got the most wear out of. And so now every time I go shopping, especially if I'm buying something brand new, I need to make sure that it has allowance for those fluctuations, which I know will probably happen at some point. And this is just one way where tracking your outfits can actually help you. I have an entire video where I show you how I track and why it's actually useful to track, so I'll link that in here for you to watch. And tracking what you wear can give you so much useful data for habit number 5, which is reselling the clothes that you no longer want to wear. Now, I know that some people have quite a permanent style and they know who they are, what they enjoy. I think that's amazing. But a lot of us, myself included, I think have this a little bit more ever-changing, evolving style. We get to know ourselves better, especially in our 20s and 30s. And so I think it's okay for our style to change. And maybe some items that we used to love, we no longer really wear. And so rather than having these items take a lot of space, I think it's so much more sustainable to pass them on. However, this is where I say selling rather than donating. Because I feel like we almost have this throwaway culture that fast fashion has really made us consider. It's just you buy something and if after a few wears you don't want it, you can just throw it away or donate it and that's it. But if you actually try to sell your items, you'll start thinking a little bit more clearly about how permanent clothes actually are and their environmental impact. And personally for me, learning how to sell clothes and realizing that it does take effort and time and it's not just a throwaway kind of thing, it has made me a better and more mindful shopper. And so I'm a lot more conscious right now whenever I bring a new piece because I know that it is now on me to take care of this item and move it through the life cycle. And learning how to sell your clothes can be good not just for the environment, but also for your wallet as well. Because you're gonna get some money back that you can reinvest in higher quality pieces or in something else if you wish. And at the same time, it's going to leave you with only the items that you genuinely enjoy wearing right now. And that sense of enjoyment is something that I think is so important to cultivate for 2025 and beyond. And learning how to love our clothes and how to shop our closets to create outfits that really feel like us is definitely a style habit that takes a little bit to develop. And one of the best things that I have learned to do is just trying on clothes and trying to put together outfits. Now, this can look into different ways. I am much more of a tactile person and I prefer to put outfits in person. So just trying on the clothes with different things, different accessories, and then maybe snapping a picture whenever I put an outfit that I enjoy. However, if you want to avoid the mess or you maybe don't need to necessarily try on your clothes, you can definitely play with apps like Index and try and put outfits together and see how many combinations that maybe you haven't worn yet you can put together with a specific item. And that creativity is such a muscle, right? It is something that you can absolutely develop. And this is where just practicing that, whether that is once a week, once a month, or even once a season, is such a useful style habit to develop. Because it's going to make you feel much more excited to wear your outfit, it's going to improve your confidence, and it can also save you from unnecessarily buying items that you're not going to wear that much. And speaking of buying, this is where habit number 7 actually comes into play, and that is thinking secondhand first. So it is absolutely normal that you may need to just buy an item. Whether something has worn out, maybe you realize there's something missing in your wardrobe, or maybe you just find something that you genuinely really love and you want to bring into your wardrobe. It's okay to buy clothes. I'm not going to be the sustainability police that's going to tell you stop buying things. However, I think that when we buy, we can be a lot more mindful in how we're bringing these items into our wardrobe. And so for me, for the past 5.5 years, I have pretty much shopped exclusively secondhand items. And it's only this year really that I have bought a few more newer items, but in general, over 70% of my items are actually pre-loved. And I totally understand that shopping secondhand may not necessarily be available for everyone or may not be something that you want to consider. But even if you don't want to buy anything pre-loved, you can still find brand new with tax items on platforms like Poshmark, Vinted, eBay, and so on. And especially if you're interested in buying items that were from last season or even this season, you can oftentimes find them at a discount in one of those platforms. And so I truly believe that buying those items from another person rather than buying them from the brand directly can really help us to be a little bit more sustainable in our choices because you're prolonging an item's life. Now, in the meantime, I think it's really important to understand yourself better and get to know your style. So watch this video next. I'll see you there.